I'd like to welcome everybody here. I'd like to call this meeting to order. And the first item on our business is that we are going to move item number 1 off the consent agenda and place it down under old business. So just make a note of that. And so next is our commission weekly reports.
Okay. Last Saturday there was a grand opening for Brilliant Moon. And I'm happy that they're up and running and seem to be a very popular retail establishment in downtown Shelton. So that was great. Tuesday, I will be attending a Graduation Matters meeting. I'm excited about that, and I'll know more about that after I attend the meeting. And then, of course, this weekend is Oyster Fest. So that's it for this week.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Moore. Commissioner Olson?
I too will be attending this it's called Graduation Manners, and I've got the letter here just to flush it out a little bit. It's a meeting to provide information as to how we can and will make a difference to the youth of our community. And this has always been one of my priorities, so I'm going to be attending that along with Commissioner Moore. And then Wednesday we have our first budget meeting for Mason Transit and my authority board. And then I too will be at Oyster Fest.
Thank you very much. I have it appears maybe a conference call with Denny Heck's office tomorrow at 3:30 to talk about things in general. And on Thursday, I will be attending a hotel motel lodging tax board meeting. And we're doing 2 of these this year because we had a few questions and things we wanted to work out. So that will be on Thursday that we're going to be doing that. And so, and again, Oyster Fest sounds like a fun and exciting thing to be part of. I'm sure I will make it out on one of those days. So that completes our commission reports. Next is an opportunity for general public comment. If anyone would like to speak about a generic item, this would be an opportunity if anybody signed in. And now would be the time. Yes. So, did you want to speak now or about an issue?
Later, thank you.
Thank you. All right, well, I believe we would approve the consent agenda minus item number 1 at this point. Is that correct? Okay, are we ready for that?
Yes.
Okay, so could we please have a reading of the consent agenda minus the first item?
Consent agenda, commission meeting minutes from study session of September 14th, 2015.
That was big. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So
I second that motion.
There's a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda, the item number 2. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The agenda passes. And now, what we are under old business, and what we're going to do is talk about the item number 1 that we took off of the consent agenda for the generator upgrade. And so I think I would probably refer to staff if they wanted to talk, or the city pro tem administrator, because I don't know anything about this.
My understanding is there was a couple additional questions.
I requested it to be moved. I've been contacted by some citizens that had some concerns and questions, and I just want to make sure that we're getting the information out there that we need to for those folks. I guess we started at the top there, Mike. There's some sort of question as to whose oversight this was that this was missed, and we're kind of confused. Is it from the consultant or the designer or staff that this happened in? And
Consultant designers, one and the same.
same, okay. So are they directed by who to design this?
My instruction to staff and ultimately the design team was a generator that had broad coverage. The why it got missed in the bid package to EFI, I cannot answer you. The project manager that was in charge of that design effort is no longer with the city. And so I can't ask the question of how we missed it, whether it was an oversight on his part or a miss by the
So it never got from the designer to the bid documents?
It did. The generator got in the bid document.
Right.
Why the generator got in with the specific performance requirements is the piece I can't answer. Where the design team got that design point, I can't tell you. In dealing with our issues with well 3 and 4, and this need to keep one of them running during the well 3 upgrades, our electrician that we consult with identified a need for a larger generator than what was provided under the EFI package. We went into looking into the cost of that once we were issued that information, and that's how we got to the point we are now. It was identified to us after the fact that the generator we asked for did not meet the performance specs that were originally identified. They do meet the performance specs that were put in the advertisement for the pump station package, but not especially explicitly what our intent was. In particular, the generator that we received will not run the wells or our largest 2 pump station.
So when the bid documents went out, it was only requested for 100 kV. It was not requested for 200 kV.
It was.
But the design team was to design for a 200 kV.
There was no specific size identified. There was a performance goal identified to run a certain set of our facilities in the backup. Primary focus, the new pump station, but the ability also to move that to other locations if we have one of our site-built generators fail, or well 3-4 situation where we have bigger issues and we need to run both wells simultaneously, which we cannot do right now with the current generator configuration there.
But I guess part of the line of the questions that were put to me was is this an oversight that costs the city money? Because if it was requested to be designed like that and the design overlooked it or whatever, even though we do need it and it was probably budgeted in the original engineer's estimate, it never showed up, and now it's a small part of this, all this, but it's still, we want to make sure the public realizes that we're not just covering up a mistake, or that we're not taking responsibility for somebody else's mistake.
This is not costing us more than it would have had it been in there.
Exactly.
Is it costing us more money right now? A little bit, yes. But we would have paid this, and to be honest, probably more if we'd have had the specs right in the package in the first place. The way we've done this, we've saved the additional markup from EFI to pass the generator through by doing this upgrade as we have directly with Cummins Northwest.
And that was another one of the questions, I realize that's a great thing to do, but why wasn't that done, can't we do that at the beginning instead of going through the contractor? Why didn't we just do that at the outset instead of giving them an additional 15% or whatever?
We can, sometimes the secondary costs associated with doing that as a separate action can outweigh the savings by doing that directly with the supplier. It was a decision at the contracting level to do this as one unit, thinking that by packaging it, we probably could get a better deal. As it turns out, we probably could have done just as well, if not a little bit better, had we gone out on our own.
So the 100,000 that Greg said we have right now extra really is only more like 60 then, considering we have to come up with another close to 40 to pay for this now.
Yep, and as I believe Greg mentioned at last week's meeting, the $40,000 number we put out was based on original conversations. We've since had further conversations with Cummins Northwest, particularly about their restocking fee, which is 15% of the base price.
Mm-hmm.
For this unit, that's about $9,000 restocking fee. They've agreed to cut that down to $4,000 for us. So we're really looking at about $32,000 to $33,000 is what this upgrade is going to be. And again, we would have paid that much or more had we the sizing for the unit been what we wanted in the original request for the pump station package.
And then this will become part of the capital inventory for water, right? So it's going to be used in water.
It will be used underwater, that is correct.
Well, I just wanted to, I hate to put you on the spot like that, hopefully I didn't, but I just thought it was important that we have a lot of clarity in this because there was some miscommunication, I think, out in the public there, whether we were being hosed by oversight by somebody that we're not, it's taxpayer money, so we want to make sure we're doing it right. And I'm satisfied with.
It was an oversight. I can't explain where the oversight occurred exactly. And in the end, it really is probably costing us the same amount it would have. One thing we did find out is the 100 kV, 100 kilowatt generator is the last in its particular size class, and the 150 and 200 are in the next size class. So had we gotten a 150 and needed a 200, it would have been about a $5,000 differential. But the engine, that's right where the break point is for changing the engines in them, so.
Well, I appreciate your effort on that, and I think that I'm ready to move forward on this if that's the next step. And so you have questions?
I had one more clarification. So the restocking fee, we've gotten a break on. So is the actual fee $4,000 or $5,000?
$4,000. It was a $9,000 restocking fee, 15% of a $60,000 base price. That's their standard fee, 15%. After we made the request, the local vice president for this region agreed to cut that to $4,000.
Okay.
Because we're buying the new generator from them.
Exactly.
I feel comfortable on moving forward with this. Would we place this back under the consent agenda and just next week? Make a motion. All right, I would entertain a motion to approve item number 1 under the consent agenda.
Is this a public comment time? It's an action item, or?
Is this, well, let me ask, is this one you wanted to talk about?
Well, I do have a question. Just a
State
quick
your
question.
name for the record, please.
Marilyn Vogler, 420 East Conklin. I think Greg said the larger unit was $50,000 more, or did I mishear him? That the base price of the larger unit was $50,000 more than the...
No, that's not correct.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what the number is, but I know that's not
I
right.
couldn't fit that into the $33,000, and so, but there's no additional money because of the bigger generator. The whole thing is covered by the 33?
Yes, that's
Okay,
correct.
okay.
Yeah, this is
Fine.
the price differential between the two generators minus the restocking.
Okay, good enough. That was my only question.
I think that 50,000
Is this
was
what you
what he
want?
said your first generator cost.
Actually, that's not even quite right, because the base price was $60,000 on the generator we currently have.
Okay, I guess this is an item, I think Mr. Cooper wanted to talk about this item. Do you want to come up and state your name for the record, please?
Thank you so much, Commission. Forrest Cooper, 807 South 14th and 409 West Railroad. I just wanted to make a comment. Today I noticed that the agenda was very light, and I said, I wonder if it's worth going. And I got to say right now, 100% worth coming here because I've seen something that is very, very encouraging today. As many people know, the Commission follows a 3-touch procedure where they review a agenda item, and then it comes back the next week. By the time it goes to the consent agenda, a lot of times it feels like it's a done deal and it's ready to just be read into record. Today I've seen something that I think is really awesome, and that's for Mike to take some of public concern and take something off of that consent and bring it back just for clarification. So I just want to say, awesome, man. I'm really glad I attended this meeting today in order to witness that, because that gives me more confidence again in you guys and the way the system works. So keep it up.
Thank you. Just a point of clarification. Yeah, always things that come up the consent agenda can be taken off, placed in old business. And so we've done this before. It is so that the public feels that they still have that opportunity to weigh in on that. So,
Awesome.
question, Marilyn, did you want to speak about another subject?
No, that was,
Okay, very good. So let's go back to entertaining a motion to approve this purchase of this pump.
I move that we authorize the purchase of the generator upgrade for the Ingleside Booster Pump Station and authorize the city administrator to make any necessary budget modifications.
I second that motion.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, the generator is purchased then. Thank you. No new business at the moment, and so I imagine the administration report will be fairly light today.
No reports.
All right. There's a general public comment if anyone else would like to speak about anything that weighs on your, heavy on your heart. Now's the opportunity for that. I see nobody else rushing forward to sign in, so any administration final touches? I don't see. On the purple sheet? That's a good answer. Okay, well, it's been a pretty short meeting. Our next meeting will be October 5th at 6 p.m. This meeting is adjourned.